In the office?
Yes.
Where was you shot?
I can't tell. I don't see anything on the body. Lord, please, Lord.
I heard that 911 call, on TV someplace. It was horrible. It was just...
Because she kept asking, where's the shooter? She said, he's gone. I need some help.
And the little girl was in there, too.
She was on the floor, yes.
She was on the floor. And the police and the medics came, or...
By the time the medics were here, medics had just come in, and I remember him stepping in and taking over the room. He says, you have to leave.
All right.
And then when medics come in, when the police come in, you're no longer in control.
Was she still alive then, or probably not?
Your lips have begun to turn blue.
Back in my hometown of Flint, Michigan, a 6-year-old first-grade boy at Buell Elementary had found a gun at his uncle's house, where he was staying because his mother was being evicted. He brought the gun to school and shot another first-grader, 6-year-old Kayla Rowland. With one bullet that passed through her body, she fell to the floor and laid there dying, while her teacher called 911 for help. No one knew why the little boy wanted to shoot the little girl. As if the city had not been through enough horror and tragedy in the past 2 decades, it was now home to a new record, the youngest school shooting ever in the United States. On the morning of the shooting, it only took the news helicopters and satellite trucks a half hour to show up on the scene.
Hey, checking the truck. We're doing one in 30 minutes again?
This evening, about 7 o'clock, will be a public memorial service. We are expecting hundreds of people. They will mourn the loss of little Kayla, a tiny little girl who loved pizza, teddy bears, and who was taken away from us much too soon. Gina?
Good morning, Christine. The funeral home now passing out thousands, tens of thousands of these pink ribbons to support the young girl's family. Today will be an emotional day and has been already, remembering little Kayla. Jeff Rawson, Fox 2 News.
Nice job.
Yeah, Michelle, we're having technical problems, okay? Well, don't talk to me about it. Call our SAT truck. Get a haircut, man. I'm a pig. Rug. Here we go. Some too choked up even to speak about it. There's a memorial service scheduled here for 7 o'clock tonight. We're live in Flint, Michigan this afternoon. Jeff Rawson, Q13 reports. Thank you.
Thank you.
I kind of need it, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
I got number 10.
I have some. I just didn't put it in. I didn't have a chance.
I have hurricane proof.
Hurricane. This man prayed for Caleb, then let the balloon go. I said we have the color picture, not the black and white card. Plenty of media here that covered Columbine. There are some networks, especially, that go from, unfortunately, tragedy to tragedy. And I feel bad for them, because that's all they see. The tragedies. Yeah, we're just trying to crunch right now for the 5 and the 6. Today we're feeding CNN and Fox, so.
The national media had never visited Buell Elementary, or the Beecher School District in which it sat, or this part of Flint ever before. And few, if any, of these reporters bothered to visit it, even when they were here now. If they had ventured just a block away from the school or the funeral home, they might have seen a different kind of tragedy that perhaps would contain some answers as to why this little girl was dead. For over 20 years, this impoverished area in the hometown of the world's largest corporation had been ignored as completely as it had been destroyed. With 87% of the students living below the official poverty line, Buell and Beecher and Flint did not fit into the accepted and widely circulated storyline put forth by the nation's media. That being the one about America and its invincible economy. The number one cause of death among young people in this part of Flint was homicide. The football field at Flint Beecher was sponsored by a funeral home. The kids at Beecher have won 13 state track championships, but they've never had a home track meet because around the football field all they have is this dirt ring. Years ago, someone here named the streets in this part of town after all the Ivy League schools, as if they dreamed of better days and something greater for themselves.
The children are doing well. Faculty and staff are doing well. But we don't forget. We don't forget. Just don't want this to happen to anybody else. You know, it's...
I know. I know. I don't want it to happen to anybody else either.
I thought I would,
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
From my cold, dead hands.
Just as he did after the Columbine shooting, Charlton Heston showed up in Flint to have a big pro-gun rally.
Freedom has never seen greater peril, nor needed you more urgently to come to her defense than now.
Before he came to Flint, Heston was interviewed by the Georgetown Hoya about Kayla's death, and even his own NRA website talked about it.
We wanted to let the NRA know that we haven't forgotten about Kayla Rowland. How could they come here? To me, it's like they're rubbing their nose in it. I was shocked and appalled that they would come here.
Heston was asked by a local reporter why he came to Flint after the tragedy at Buell, and what did the NRA have to say about 6-year-olds using guns.
We spend $1 million every year, and we teach it to 5- and 6-year-olds. We say, if you see a gun, don't touch it, leave the room, call an adult.
And then Moses himself showed up.
Right here in the city of Flint?
Right here in Flint.
Were there people that wanted you to try this child or to even try him as an adult?
Oh yeah. There were people from all over America that wrote and called and sent mail, and it was amazing to me. Groups that were affiliated with the NRA, groups that, people what I call gun nuts, writing me and telling me what a horrible thing it was that I had admonished homeowners in our country to be careful about bringing weapons into their home. They wanted this little boy hung from the highest tree. I mean, there was such an undercurrent of racism and hate and anger. It was ugly.
That's a picture that the little boy that was involved in the Buell school shooting, once he was brought back here to our office, about 15 minutes after the shooting took place, I gave him some crayons and stuff to kind of occupy him a little bit. And he came over and drew that picture for me, because at the time I had pictures of behind my desk that my children had drew for me, and he wanted to draw me one to hang on my desk.
This is what he drew for you. What did he say this was?
That's him at his house.
That's him at his house, right here. And why did you decide to hang on to it?
Because of the gravity of the situation and what had occurred, and he asked me to hang that behind my desk, so I put it in a frame, and that's where it'll stay.
Tamarla Owens was the mother of the 6-year-old boy. In order to get food stamps and health care for her children, Tamarla was forced to work as part of the state of Michigan's Welfare to Work program. This program was so successful in tossing poor people off welfare that its founder, Gerald Miller, was soon hired by the #1 firm in the country that states turn to privatize their welfare systems. That firm was Lockheed Martin. With the Cold War over and no enemy left to frighten the public, Lockheed had found the perfect way to diversify and the perfect way to profit from people's fears, with an enemy much closer to home. Poor black mothers like Tamarla Owens.
So you've got a one-parent family, and the mother's traveling 60 miles, an hour and a half away to go to work, an hour and a half to come home. How does that help a community? And but that's part of the state, making parents responsible, making them work for their
welfare to work.
Welfare to work. That's a program that ought to be stopped because it really has no merit. I think it adds more to the problem than it does to solve it.
Really?
I do.
You're the sheriff and you feel this way?
I do. I I wish I could put 2 parents in every home and make every parent equally responsible, but you can't do that. But we're not doing anything by taking the one parent and putting them on a bus and sending them out of town to make $5.50 an hour.
This is the bus that she was forced to ride every day in order to work off the welfare money the state had given her. She and many others from Flint who were poor would make the 80-mile round-trip journey every day from Flint to Auburn Hills in Oakland County, one of the wealthiest areas in the country. Tamarla would leave early in the morning and return late at night, rarely seeing her young children.
What's the point of what's the point in doing that? Where does the state benefit? Where does Flint and Genesee County benefit from that? We have a child dead. I think that may be in part of the problem. We drove the one parent out. Now, you or anybody else that can tell me that that best serves the community, I shake my head and wonder why.
How long have you been riding the bus? I've been working here just about 3 years now. About 3 years? Yeah. I got my brother working here. Half of my neighborhood works out here. Just about everybody I know personally works out here in the mall. In Flint, doing the same thing I'm doing now. They only pay minimum wage in Flint. I come 40 miles to make $3 or $4 more an hour.
How much you make an hour here?
I make $8.50 now.
$8.50? Yeah. Is that enough to pay the bills?
No.
So did you know Tamarla Owens, the woman whose son shot the little girl? I think she rode this bus.
I knew her a little bit, not real good.
Nice lady?
Yeah, she was okay. She came to work every day, did her job. She worked 2 jobs, so.
Worked 2 jobs?
She was trying to make ends meet.
Going hopping, we're going hopping today, where things are popping.
This is Dick Clark's American Bandstand Grill, where Tamarla worked one of her 2 jobs.
She worked in this room here as a bartender, fountain person, making drinks, making shakes, desserts.
Was she a good employee?
Yeah, she was. But she also worked at the fudgery in the mall here.
Right, the state had sliced her. Dick Clark is an American icon, the man who brought rock and roll into our homes every week on American Bandstand.
Every part of your life you can link up to a part of music usually. So as Dick says, it's the soundtrack of our lives. Music's the soundtrack of our lives.
His restaurant and the fudgery here in Auburn Hills applied for special tax breaks because they were using welfare people as employees. Even though Tamarla worked up to 70 hours a week at these 2 jobs in the mall, she did not earn enough to pay her rent, and 1 week before the shooting was told by her landlord that he was evicting her. With nowhere to go and not wanting to take her 2 children out of school, Tamarla asked her brother if they could stay with him for a few weeks. It was there that Tamarla's son found a small .32 caliber gun and took it to school. Tamarla did not see him take the gun to school because she was on a state bus to go serve drinks and make fudge for rich people. I decided to fly out to California to ask Dick Clark what he thought about a system that forces poor single mothers to work 2 low-wage jobs to survive.
I'm doing a documentary on these school shootings and guns and all that. And in my hometown of Flint, Michigan, which this little 6-year-old shot a 6-year-old.
Get in the car, Dave.
In class.
Watch your arm.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, we're really late.
Anyways, but the mother of the kid who did the shooting works at Dick Clark's All-American Grill in Oakland County.
Close the door.
And it's a welfare to work program. And these people are forced to, Dick, no.
Come on,
I want you to help me to convince the governor of Michigan it's a welfare to work. These women are forced to work. They've got kids at home. Dick. Oh, jeez.
Well, I was shot with a Tech 9.
9mm?
Yeah. Yeah, it was I guess it was supposed to be semi-automatic, but it kind of seemed like fully automatic to me, from what I remember.
This is Richard Castaldo, and this is Mark Taylor. Both of these boys were shot the day of the Columbine massacre. Richard is paralyzed for life and in a wheelchair. and Mark is barely standing after numerous operations.
The kids at Columbine had to pay a penalty. We paid a penalty that day for this nation, the way we look at it.
Mark and Richard were disabled and suffering from the 17-cent Kmart bullets still embedded in their bodies. As they showed me the various entry points for the bullets, I thought of one way we could reduce the number of guns and bullets laying around. I asked the boys if they'd like to go to Kmart to return the merchandise.
Ready? You go. Me? Yep.
That comes out.
Yes.
Can you turn the camera off, please?
We're here. Oh no, we're here to see Mr. Conway,
Okay,
the
turn
chairman.
the camera off while you're in the building until I get clearance for you to turn it back.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, turn it off. Yeah.
Hi, Michael.
Hi. How are you?
I'm Mary Lorenz. I'm Director of Media Relations for Kmart.
Oh, good. All right. Good.
How can I help you today?
Well, I'm here today. This is Richard Castaldo.
Richard, nice to meet you.
And this is Mark Taylor.
Mark?
And they're students from Columbine High School. They were shot at Columbine in the massacre with bullets from Kmart.
You came a long way.
Yes,
all the way from Colorado.
Yeah, I just thinking it. Since you stopped selling the handguns and all, and they kind of make sense to stop selling the bullets too.
Our request is that you get rid of the 9mm bullets and that you don't sell them in a store completely.
We do carry, you probably are aware of Kmart, hopefully you're shoppers of our stores, that we do only carry, sporting firearms and the accessories that go with the hunting sport. And we'll certainly take your message to our chairman and CEO, Chuck Conaway. He's not here today.
He's not here today?
He's not here actually this whole week.
He's not at all during the week. Do you have a limit on the number of bullets, ammunition that people can purchase?
I can't answer these questions for you. I'm not the merchandiser who places those products in our stores.
Speak to that person.
But I can get answers to those questions for you if you would like to leave your card, and I can get those answers.
No, we don't want to leave a card. Let me just be blunt. The reason why we can't take a card and come back is because Mark here, he's got a Kmart bullet just an inch away, right?
Yeah.
From your aorta.
In between my aorta and spine.
In between your aorta and spine.
Well, I'm glad to see that you're still able to stand.
And I told them that somebody here would listen. Somebody here would take the request seriously. Not just a PR person, but somebody who has some authority and who can answer some of the questions that they want answered.
Kmart does care about this, but I can't go any further right now. So until I make a call, I'm going to go back to the office and see if there's anyone in merchandise.
Mary went back upstairs, and 2 hours later, she brought down this guy whose job it is to buy the bullets for Kmart.
Stay out of trouble. We're not the ones in trouble, guys.
Mark thought he'd show him his bullet wounds.
Those are his bullet holes from your bullets. That's where the Kmart bullets went in.
Well, take care.
Is anybody else going to come down? Is anybody else going to come down? Is that it?
Let me check.
Okay, thank you.
We waited around a couple more hours, but no one else came down. As we left the building, Mark came up with an idea. He suggested that we go to the nearest Kmart and buy out all their bullets.
Just take as many of those as you can.
Yeah, you can come around here and look at it, yeah.
What else do we have over here? So you got 357? Sure, I'll take them all. Take everything you got. So you're 17, you're what? 16. Oh, shit.
Oh my God, Craig.
Mark pretty much cleaned them out of their ammunition. And the next day, we decided to go back to Kmart headquarters with all the bullets. This time, we brought the press.
Our local first coverage of southeastern Michigan continues now with all news stories.
Coming up here in our 6 o'clock report, a warning to everyone this summer to watch out for snakes. You'll hear from a mom who was bitten by a rattlesnake.
And also news, students who survived the Columbine massacre are in town. They are very angry with Kmart.
We're here to see Chuck Conaway, the chairman of Kmart.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing?
It's always a pleasure to see you. Okay, they would like to Mr. Conaway.
Here's the 9 millimeters. These are the bullets that are in both Richard and in Mark's body right now.
You want to put them back? I don't want to touch those.
Yep, I will do. Sorry.
Move your group outside. I'll have somebody here in 5 minutes. Do me a favor, don't block the door. Just off to the side if you would.
So we'll go outside and somebody will come out.
My name's Lori McTavish. I'm the Vice President of Communications for Kmart. I'm happy to deliver a statement on behalf of the company. What happened in Columbine, Colorado was truly tragic and touched every American. We're sorry for the disadvantage to this young man. Kmart is phasing out the sale of handgun ammunition. The business plan calls for this to be complete in the continental U.S. within the next 90 days. Kmart representatives met with Mr. Moore and the students from Columbine, Colorado yesterday and listened to their concerns about the product carried in Kmart stores. The company committed at the end of that meeting that Kmart would have an answer for them within a week's time.
Well, the first thing we want to do is thank you for committing to no longer selling handgun ammunition in your stores. And within 90 days...
The process will be phased out within 90 days.
Within 90, and after 90 days, there will be no more selling of ammunition that can go into handguns or assault weapons.
Firearm ammunition we will not sell it after 90 days in our stores.
Well, we greatly appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Do we have a copy of the
Thank you. Wow, that blows my mind. That's more than what we asked for.
This is remarkable.
Yeah.
This is remarkable.
Yeah. Well, like I told you.
I didn't get it.
Did you think? I'm like, we were ready. We're just getting ready to. We're going to the airport. Go to the airport.
The kids from Columbine had scored an overwhelming victory against Kmart, and it inspired me to do something that I knew I had to do. All I needed was a star map.